It's interesting to think about the tie to religion with that, and like just thinking about how there are religions out there that talk about, in 7 days, in 6 days, animals came, and then in the seventh day, a human came, and we're already kind of like separating ourselves from the animal world when we are all animals.
Right.
And I know you spend a big chunk of the book talking about our nature and, male and female. So I think the real question is that I want to ask you is, why does one sex try so hard to climax while the other tries so hard not to?
It's in your nature. It's in your biological nature. You can't help it. Your, as in the male's penile internal interneuronal connection is so on fire. Now, why? Because by the biological imperative to proliferate, to spread the genes, is on the male. That's why you have millions of cheap sperm just like spurting out any moment, right? And so the onus to spread that sperm is on you. So nature had to make it easy for you and inviting for you to keep doing it. Every day you're ready to do it a couple times a day. Why? Because it's so pleasurable and it's easy. It doesn't take much. Your visual stimulation network within your brain is on fire too. Like guys can climax just through visual stimulation. You also are very keen on visual stimulation and you need visual stimulation, and also any visual stimulation that looks remotely like anything sexual will do. And you can climax really fast. This is why you are given the burden to spread the gene. Nature gave one sex that burden, and it's the male. And it made it very pleasurable for you to do it so that you don't feel like it's a burden. But you're doing nature's job by spreading your sperm everywhere. And the more the better for you, and the more variety the better. And it's, if it made it hard for you to climax, then you wouldn't want to do it. Now take the female. The female has this one golden egg that comes down in the middle of her cycle, in the middle of the month, and just sits there, doesn't do anything. And you, the male sperm, has to come and swim and find it and attach to it. But the egg just sits, right, for 4 or 5 days. If it doesn't work, it sheds. There's no action, there's no impetus, there's no burden. It's a passive receptive process, because we females come into action later when we are going to give birth. Our
Oh,
entire
yeah.
body is to give birth. Your
Mm.
entire body is to create the conditions for birth, right? You have to impregnate, we are pregnated. So these are the two roles that nature gave. So it made it very hard for us to climax, because we choose our climax. Like, who is going to be getting this egg, right?
Right.
So if we were climaxing all the time, we wouldn't choose who gets this golden egg. And nature wanted us to choose female selectivity. So we choose the best. Of course, we don't do this, but this is the idea. And
Mhm.
in the quote unquote non-human animal world, the males are trying to get the females, and the females are selecting. If you look at the mating practices, females are watching, and the males are the ones with the colorful feathers and the colorful beaks and the plumes, and they're the ones who are having to put on a show. The female is just waiting. They have it right. We have it wrong here in this crazy world that we live in. And we women are chasing men. I mean, we're totally crazy to do that. We're not supposed to be doing that according to our biological nature. So that's why it's very pleasurable for you, because you next time somebody scoffs at you and makes fun of how quickly you climax, you say, "Excuse me, I am doing nature's work. Okay?
Nice.
I am not horny and I'm not impatient. I am made like this."
Yeah.
We'll be
It's
sure to
not your
clip that.
fault. It's not your fault at all. And I know many men get shamed, feel embarrassed, think that they're less of a man because they climax fast. It's not your fault. And let me tell you, many women are very happy. They're like, okay, can we move on? Right. So it's a
Because
whole
it's like a chore
different,
for them. Yeah.
it's kind of like a chore if the man is also emotionally immature. But yes, it takes a lot for our bodies to be in sync. And also culture has screwed us, because culture has made us feel like our sexuality is, to be slutty, to be, ashamed about. So we women are ashamed about our sexuality.